Everyone, Jared Sandler alongside the president of Longhorn Investments, Mike Hoffman. We continue our Longhorn Learning Series. Encourage you to check out other installments on the website, longhorninvestments.com. What goes into a pre-approval? We have an installment on, pursuing a deal, what goes into that, how Longhorn evaluates it, what you need to know. But what we want to talk about right here is, all right, you have a deal. You've got a property under contract. What's next? And I guess the first question is, Mike, I got a property under contract. What does Longhorn need for all of us to get the ball rolling?
Right. Well, kind of goes back to the first one. Is the borrower pre-approved, right? If the borrower's not pre-approved, let's get them pre-approved. Like I said, we can do that in 10 minutes, right? Last 2 months of bank statements, pull credit, boom, we're ready to go. Once we've got that going, borrower's approved with Longhorn. They've got the contract. They've got the scope of work on the rehab. They submit that to us. We'll send them out essentially an appraisal request form. They sign that, send it back to us. We will send an appraiser out to go get an appraisal on the property. Once the appraisal comes back, we'll send them numbers on the appraisal. We'll send them a financing proposal, and then we're off to the races.
All right. So you kind of, you covered a lot there. So, contract, scope of work, obviously with the pre-approval, what the borrower can expect is an email you mentioned so that the appraisal can, get on the schedule. Who does the appraisal for a deal with Longhorn?
So, we're in several different states. So we use independent third-party appraisers for all of our appraisals. So, we're not setting the value. The experts in the field, the appraisers in those local markets, they're the ones that are going to be setting the value on the loan.
All right. How long does the appraisal take?
I mean, depends on the jurisdiction, but typically we're seeing right now 3 to 5 business days.
Why is an appraisal important?
Well, an appraisal is important, Jared, because that's what's going to set the value, what you think the property will be worth when the work has been completed, right? So that's 2 things, right? That's letting the borrower know, hey, if I do all this work, here's what it's going to be worth at the end of the day, right? And then it lets us set the value for the loan, right? So, it's one of the most important things, right? Is to have this independent third party tell us what we think the property is going to be worth. And look, I know there's Zillow. I know there's, all these different AI type entities that are out there that are figuring out the process, but you really can't beat having someone go walk the property, walk around the neighborhood, take a picture of things, and really set the value. I mean, this is not just a benefit to us as the lender, but I think it's something huge for the borrower as well.
All right. What happens after the appraisal comes back?
Sure. So the appraisal comes back. We're going to set the value of the loan. We're going to send the financing proposal to the borrower. Borrower is good with everything. Then, we're going to start communicating with the title company, right? And so, the title company, we open up title because we close all our transactions at a title company, right? It's not, we're sitting at mom and pop stable and signing documents and signing a deed over to each other. We're actually going to a title company. We get a title policy, protects both the borrower and us as the lender. And the closing process starts at that point.
All right. And then Mike, what's after closing? We close on the property. What's next?
Well, what I would recommend to the borrower at that point is your whole goal now is to get the rehab work done on the property as fast as possible, right? This whole game is like speed and efficiency, what we're trying to do. You want to get your contractor out there. You want to get the rehab process started as soon as possible and completed as soon as possible. So you can if you're trying to flip the property, you want to get the property on the market as fast as you can. Or if you're trying to get refinanced out of our loan and going to keep the property as a rental, then you want to, get the work done as fast as you can. So whoever the lender is that's taking us out of our loan and giving you your new loan can get in there and get their appraisal done and get our loan paid off.
All right, and then quickly, Mike, the draw process. There's some great videos on the website that really go into depth on the draw process, but as best as you can briefly explain, how does the draw process work?
Sure. So typically what happens is the contractor wants some cash up front before to start the work. So the borrower needs to advance that money. And then what needs to happen next is, as work is being completed, you send a draw request into us. We will send an inspector out there. That inspector usually charges a fee, $100 to $150 that the borrower is responsible for paying. Typically, we're going to pay that out of the repair escrow amount that we have. The inspector goes out there, makes sure the work that the borrower said and the contractor said has been done, and then we release the funds. And I just want to reiterate to everybody that when we send an inspector out to go look at the property, we're really just making sure the work has been done. We're not really inspecting the craftsmanship and the quality of the work. That's really something that is set up between the borrower and the contractor, understanding what is going to be done on the property. We don't have typically the granular detail of what the expectations are of the contractor. So it's super important that the borrowers stay on top of it and are looking at the work that is being done and is being done up to the standard that they expect. And then our inspector will go to make sure that the work has actually been done. Then we release the money back to the borrower.
All right, longhorninvestments.com for more information. If you have questions about something specific, info@longhorninvestments.com is the email. You can also always call 877-420-7346. Speak to someone to carry on the conversation. Again, encourage you to check out the website for more installments of the Longhorn Learning Series that cover the various parts of the process. Mike, thanks so much for being our teacher today.
Thanks, Jared.